Hey everybody, Kerzac here again, not in my backyard this time, but I am here to bring you another review of the Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe Class Arcee figure. If you don't know much about Cyberverse, they kind of split themselves. Originally they had the Warrior class, which were kind of in scale with Deluxe classes, but then they were about $15, but they were mainly gimmick based with not a lot of articulation. The newer Deluxe figures kind of reversed that around to be more show accurate with a scale that matches everybody, or at least a scale that matches everybody a little bit better. And of course the main focus is the transformation itself. So here we have Arcee. I mean, she is a very Arcee looking figure. You remember back in like 2010, 2011 when we didn't have any Arcee figures except for like stuff like Energon or the BotCon figure? And we have never had a G1 Arcee, and now we have like what, 4 or 5 G1 Arcees now. Like we have the old Generations version. We have a couple repaints of that one. We have this Arcee. We have the animated Arcee. We have the Earthrise and Masterpiece Arcee on the way. So we got a lot of Arcees now. But this one's actually a pretty neat little vehicle. You can see it's very much G1 Arcee styled. Kind of that Barbie pink with a lighter palette pink right on it. Oh, she's got a little spot on her. Hopefully I can get rid of that. You can see her wheels are actually pretty neat. They have that kind of cyber effect by being pink themselves and then having the kind of blue rim. Oh, there's something on her. Must be where I spilled something. Oh, yeah, a little brown spot. That little brown spot's not normally there. That's something spilled on her, I guess. But you can see she also even has the antenna from G1, but it's now kind of a blue color sticking out the back. Almost looks like it's cyber. It's also made of bendy, rubbery plastic. It was like this out of the box, just kind of very bent like that. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, or if you're supposed to kind of bend it back out to where it's straight again. I kind of like how it looks with it kind of bent. Gives it kind of like a sleek look, I guess. And she does have the see-through blue windshield, although all you can see inside of there is her ankles for robot mode, so I do like when they give us real windows where you can see through them, but it's also like, if all you can see on the inside is kibble, what's the point? Speaking of robot kibble, yeah, she's kind of just like a sarcophagus in there, isn't she? Just trapped. I mean, literally the only thing you can't see is the legs, which you can see from the other side. So yeah, not too intuitive a transformation. You'll see more of that in robot mode, but like I said, pretty nice little vehicle mode. It looks pretty neat. It's a little compact. She rolls alright. Not the best, but she rolls pretty good. For the Cyberverse line, the only other figure I have is the Deluxe Bumblebee, so we will put those two next to each other for comparison. You can see they're about the same size, same height. She does have a couple accessories. She has her gun, which is a pretty nice looking little gun. It can store in vehicle mover right above her head right there. You just peg it in and it kind of acts as part of the bumper. You can slide it in further, but once you do, it's really hard to get back out. Like, it really gets stuck in there. So I'm only going to show it going in time. But it can actually go up all the way up to this line right here. But you can see even at this point, it's a little difficult to get your fingers in there and get back out. Probably just have pudgy fingers, but I've heard other people make the same complaint. And she also comes with these blast effects. Once again, just like her antenna, they come bent out of the box. So I'm not sure if they're meant to be bent or not, but she does have these little peg holes in the back. And you can have her look like she's speeding off, or maybe even, I guess you can even turn them with a bent look and kind of get looking like she's making like a Tokyo drift, like whoosh. So there's a lot of fun stuff with this figure in her vehicle mode. And like I said, it looks pretty good. It's got some stripes, it's got some gray on the front, gray on the front for the grill, not grunt, the words, and some blue for the headlights, which looks pretty good. Even the smaller headlights got painted, which is pretty nice. Not a lot of other details painted, but I do appreciate the wheels actually getting a little line of paint on that. That's really nice, considering wheels usually get ignored even in mainline figures. So transformation is pretty simple as you would expect based on how that looks below. So where you're going to want to start is just come to the back here, and you are going to want to just untab the back wheels from the side parts there. Go ahead and just bring it on back. It comes out in this little double hinge strut system. Then you're going to want to go grab Arcee's, I guess, kneecaps and just go ahead and... Oh, her arms are tabbed in right here, so you are going to want to pull these out. Just enough to untab them. Go ahead and bring all that down. She kind of just hangs out from the vehicle like that. And then there, the hinges rotate two places. One place where it's kind of pegged into the wheels. And then there's a hinge back here right in her back. So you're going to want to fold her legs out. Like so, and tab them in. And then you're just going to bring all that back to form the world's biggest backpack. Go ahead and flip the feet out. And you can get her standing. And yeah, let's go ahead and get the bull in the room out of the way, or whatever, however the phrase goes. Yeah, most of her vehicle mode is on her back. Like, literally the only parts of the vehicle that made it to robot mode is the little panels on the arms. And even those could technically probably consider kibble. Yeah, most of that's on her back, but honestly, we kind of come to expect that with RCs. This one's a particularly bad example of it, but it actually does fold up pretty nicely, so, because she's not done transforming, it obviously doesn't just hang off like that. It does pull off some cool tricks, so you want to bring it up. Go ahead and bring all this down. You're going to kind of face it downward. No, you don't want to face like that, actually, because all this is going to collapse. And how this works is first the paler pink parts kind of collapse upward towards each other, and then where the wheels are attached to the darker pink colors kind of collapse in like that. And it makes it where it can fit inside here against the windshield, kind of where her legs were in vehicle mode. So go ahead and bring that backpack back down. The windshield does come undone right here at this hinge, and there's another hinge right there. You can actually see the pin right there. It's going to be a little stuck, but don't worry, you're not going to break it. And you'll untab it, and it allows you to kind of collapse all that in a little bit. And finally, the grill is on the hinge. You can push that down, and it actually tabs into the little parts next to the wheels right there. And there you have your Cyberverse Arcee Deluxe class in her robot mode. And now we have Arcee in her robot mode. We can get a better look at her. And starting with the face, it's a pretty Arcee looking face. It's very nice looking. The head is all done in that pale pink. There's no paint on the actual face except for she has her eyebrows done in purple, as you can see. Some blue on the eyes with a little purple. Is there a purple outline around them, or is that just the... It's hard to tell if that's just a shadow where her eyes are kind of put in place because they're separate blue plastic, or if that's a purple outline. It's really hard to tell. And then she has purple for lips, which does give her a unique look from the other RCs. And I do like when Arcee kind of gets a unique look when she's a different character from the G1 RC. She also gets some paint on the hands that make them gray. She gets some paint. She gets some paint for the chest right here for the darker pink with the Autobot sigil. Some gray right here to kind of represent her grill, even though clearly her grill's back here. Some gray all throughout here to kind of fill out that detail. Blue on the knees. A little bit. Now down here it's dark purple. It's a dark pink plastic, so you have the lighter pink color of paint, and you have blue on the legs. And the paint matching is really good on it. Honestly, it's hard to tell what's a painted pink and what's a plastic pink. It's really good color matching, guys. It really just looks like it's just two different shades of pink. When in reality, it's technically 4 shades because you have 2 plastic colors and 2 paint colors. And yeah, that backpack is pretty egregious, but it actually doesn't get away with articulation because she does have very long heels. And she's pretty stable, actually. I mean, you really have to, boom, tap her to get her knocked over. But if you get her legs pretty stable, yeah, I mean, look at her. She's wiggling. She stays standing. Yeah, her standing's not any worse than any air figure I really have, so... For comparison with a mainline figure, here is Earthfry's Thundercracker in his robot mode. You see, she's about the same size as typical Deluxes. Earthfry's Deluxes come up like a little bit taller, I think, but Arcee is meant to be a little bit shorter of a character, I believe. So, pretty good size still. And of course, she does have her accessory still. She has her gun, same as it was before. Still nice looking detail on it. You can put that in her hand. And that looks pretty good. I kind of like how it looks like a big old blaster. Just big enough to be considered a big blaster, but not so big that it looks kind of ridiculous in her hand. There's not anywhere to store it, unfortunately, so she is just left kind of holding it. But to go with it, she does have these blast effects, which look like little horns or thorns. And you can put them in her gun, at the end of her gun. And it can, since it's double barrel, it can use both of them. And you can have a little blushing effect. Pew pew! You can kind of straighten them out if you want by freezing them or using hot water on them. You can also kind of turn them like this to make it look like it's 2 blasts kind of combining, which is what I like to do. Make it look like she has a bigger, pew pew going on. Just pew. Yeah, I know that sounds ridiculous. But it's a pretty good little effect. I kind of like how they look. They look almost like water in a way, but that's kind of how Energon blasts work. They have that bluish color to them. Articulation-wise, it's actually pretty good. Her head is on a ball joint. It is a little bit hard to move with the grill right there. You might have to move her backpack back slightly. And it's ball jointed so she can look up a little bit. Not much, but she look up and down slightly. Ball jointed shoulders so they can go outward. When the backpack does get in the way for a lot of the articulation. At least going backwards. Swivel right here, and you do get an elbow joint. Nothing for the wrist, unfortunately. She does have a waist joint, doesn't look like it. Her whole backpack moves with her upper body, but she does have a very good waist joint, which is pretty nice. That's the good part about the backpack being the way it is done, is because it all stays just attached to her shoulder, so it doesn't interfere with her articulation, at least as far as her waist goes. Legs can go forward, and they can go back because the backpack can move backward like that, and they can go outward, of course. She does have a swivel right here above the shin guard, which looks pretty good. Unfortunately, her knees are her transformation joints, so when you use them, not only do you have this kind of broken looking mess, but you also have the shin guard still up here. I mean, it is a really good knee joint because it does go all the way there due to transformation. I mean, it's a good knee joint. But how it looks does bother me a little bit. But it's really the only bad part of her articulation. She even has foot movement. Of course, due to transformation, you can use the plastic ratchet to do that. But she does have a swivel, and it is a really tight swivel, like really tight swivel, so you kind of have to grab her heel in front of her foot to use it, but you can get her in a pretty wide stance. It's not ratcheted or anything, it's hinged, so you can kind of stop at any point you want, but this is how far she's able to spread using the tilt. This is how far she's able to get her legs apart without falling over. And she does still stay standing all that thanks to her big heels. I mean, she's actually really stable. Straighten her heels back out again so she can stand up mostly straight again. And yeah, pretty good little figure. I know for a lot of people the backpack's going to be a big no-no, and I can understand why. If you're not a fan of big chunks of kibble, or transformation's not really integrating with each other, yeah, she's not the figure for you. But if you just want a really nice little Arcee figure that's a little different from G1 Arcee, kind of has her own personality going on, she's a really nice figure. I like her a lot. I like her almost as much as I like my Generations Arcee, to be honest. Yeah, the backpack is a big problem, but it doesn't really get in the way of anything. I do like how they try to collapse it up a little bit. It even kind of works into her figure. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would, and I'm not sure. I can't even really explain why, but I think it's mainly just because it doesn't get in the way, and she can stand just fine despite her giant backpack. That I think really helps this figure be still maybe not a great figure, but a good figure. Right now, she does cost $20, and she does come with the Build-A-Figure parts for Maccadam, I think his name is. I haven't watched Cyberverse, so I don't know the characters. So, and she does include the shoulder joints and the hammer from that, so if you're trying to finish that figure too, the Build-A-Figure, of course you're going to want to get her too, but she's still a good figure on her own. I think she's well worth the price. This has been Kerzac. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.